Good morning, everybody. So here we are. This is the second day I'm taste testing this, and it's only one day since the last time. Reason being, Glenn decided he'd really like some sauerkraut tonight with pierogies and stuff, so I think it should be ready. If not, it'll just be a little bit mild. So let's check it out. So we have the 2 jars here, and we are going to see how they are today. Try this one first. Take out my hands are just freshly washed. Let's see how these bubbles are. Okay, so, yep, I see lots of bubbles coming up. As I press down, it does feel softer than it did yesterday. So time to check it out. Mmm. Mmm. That's perfect. That extra day was just enough. A little bit sour, but not too much. So I'm just going to leave this jar shut with the covering that I put on it to be able to keep the cabbage submerged underneath the brine. So this is what we're going to have for supper. It turned out great. So don't be afraid to try this. If you like sauerkraut, it was quite simple to make. It's cheaper than buying it in the store, that's for sure. And it's so good for you. And especially if you don't cook it, if you eat it raw, the probiotic amount is really good. The probiotics will increase the longer you let it ferment. Those microbiomes and everything get all revved up and active. But there's still lots in this. It's still really good for you. The taste is fantastic. And there's so many other ways you can make it. You could add red cabbage. You can add other vegetables like onion, garlic, caraway seeds. So many options. But for a plain basic beginner sauerkraut, this recipe worked great. Let me know if you try it. If you like the channel, please subscribe down below. I think this one. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and select all notifications. And that way you will get any video I make. I try to do 2 a week. And my whole purpose in doing this is to inspire you, to empower you to know that you can do things that you probably never thought of before. A lot of these things that we run to the grocery store for, pick up off the shelf, don't know what's in it, don't know what's been done to it, don't know where it came from. You can make your own. You can do your own. And this is the season to start, experimenting with some of the vegetables that are in season. Try putting them away for the winter. Do what you can to preserve them and have them over the winter. Everything I'm reading and hearing is that, especially with this carbon tax that's coming and being tripled, our food is going to be very expensive this winter. So whatever you can do, even if it's just a little bit, it all matters. It all helps. If nothing else, you're learning. And then you can do more next year. And so, yeah, let me know if you try it. I'm making supper for tonight. We are doing pierogies, sausages, sauerkraut, and I'll probably make a salad. The sausages we're doing on the barbecue in a pan. You saw them in a pan. I had 3 different kinds. Some around here like it hot, some don't. So actually, yeah, 3 different. I had hot Italian, chorizo, and just a mild. Anyway, I'm doing them on the barbecue because I just cleaned my oven last night, and I know the very next time I cook in it, it splatters everywhere and makes it dirty again. So it's going on the barbecue. I'm not doing that again. Even though it's a self-clean oven, I shouldn't have an excuse. You still have to wipe it out, and it takes 3 hours of hydro at high heat to do the self-clean. There is a 5-hour option. So I'm just bringing these pierogies to a boil. They float on top when they're done, and then we're going to fry them a bit in butter. butter, and I'll probably use some of my homemade butter that I made the other day. So I have onions here ready to go in the pierogies. Just make sure it's focused. There you go. And I also have lettuce that needs to get used up, so I'm going to cut it up and make a salad to go with it. I do have a little bit of salad left from last night, but I don't know if it'll be enough. And even if we don't eat it all tonight, I'll have salad for a couple days that I have on hand, readily available, which is key for me. I've been eating like crap the last year. And salads and vegetables are a huge part of a healthy diet, especially when you're trying to lose weight. And I have really not been that great. So I'm gonna throw this in my, whoops, got an onion in there. Salad spinners are the greatest invention ever. Probably wouldn't eat any salad if I didn't have a salad spinner. When I'm doing this, because honestly, I love salad, but I hate making it. So I try and do up a bunch at once. Because you've got the mess, you got things out, salad spinner's already dirty, so why not? So I do see dirt on this, so not to worry, I don't think I'm not washing this. I'm gonna wash it in the salad spinner. Save a couple steps. So I use cold water, I fill up the bowl. So I've rinsed this a couple times. The water looks clear, there's no dirt coming off in it. So I'll go ahead and spin it. And with this bowl, I can actually make the salad right in the bowl, which I will do for tonight. It's amazing how much water comes off of this. I don't know if you can see that, like there's a fair amount. You don't want that in your salad. So I'll set this here, I'm gonna dry that out. It doesn't have to be totally dry because having a little bit of moisture in there helps keep it hydrated and a little fresh, but I am going to take off some of the excess that I see. I will throw some of these onions in right away that I have for the pierogies, so I'll just toss some of those in. And I'm going to add, see, this is what I love about these mats. I can just put stuff back on so it's all one place. Where's my knife? Here it is. So I'm going to add some red pepper, cucumber. It's a little watery, but if I didn't know this salad would get eaten in the next couple of days, I probably wouldn't put it in right now either. And of course, my favorite thing for salad is red cabbage. And I'm just doing this simple. I mean, other times I would add carrot and celery and all that, but so I always quarter them, put it back in the bag. Wash it off. I also peeled off the outside edges. I'm going to wash the pepper and cucumber, and then we'll get chopping. Again, this is one of those things that before I would have used a tool of some kind, of prep tool, but since I've been off work and you know, I've been dealing with so much mental stress, I don't know, depression, actually, grief, trauma, all the things. I actually am finding doing things by hand to be quite therapeutic. So I'm just going to put that much just to give it some color. Color is so important when it comes to vegetables. The more color you can put in something, the greater variety of vitamins and minerals and all the things that you're getting. I'm going to use red pepper, plus it makes it more appealing. See, I would have had a slicer or something for this. I honestly, it was different when I was working. I was tired. I only had 1 or 2 days off, if that. So you just tried to get everything done quickly with as little effort as possible. But it's just funny how all of a sudden this has become therapy to me. And it's doing these mindless things. I don't know. It gives you time to reflect. I just feel like I have time to mentally think, to pray, which I don't even know if it qualifies as prayer. It's just where I'm at right now. I'm not top notch when it comes to the spiritual department, but I think I just have to do where I'm at. I'm sorry, I wish I could do the good little Christian girl thing again. Because I have so many areas in my life that I know are not where they need to be. But it's where I am at the moment, and I'm tired of pretending. And I guess I just feel like if I'm just being real with God, real with you. I have a glass of wine here somewhere. I have a vape here somewhere. And I'm not justifying it. And I'm not pretending it's okay. But honestly, right now, it's just not high on my priority list. I feel when I get up each day and I go through the things that I have to do. I've been cleaning stairs, I've been doing woodwork, I've been trying to get this house ready to sell. When really I just want to stay in bed. I don't even want to shower. I don't want to get dressed. I got leggings on right now. This is as good as it gets. These other things are just not priority right now. I know they'll come. I'm not justifying it. I'm not pretending it's okay. But there's so many other things that I need to deal with, heal from. This has been kind of an off day. It was a year ago today that I fell and I fractured my knee. My mom died August 29th, and that just blindsided me. I don't know what you call it, blew me away. I got in my car one day, I couldn't remember how to start it. And then this fall, and I was in a brace for, I don't know, forever it seemed. And then in December, I fell and hurt my shoulder. I lost my job. It's just been a year. And I'm just now even able to look at some of these things and say, okay, Connie, like, this is not what you're called to. But for the longest time, I didn't care. I didn't care if I became an alcoholic. I didn't care if I died of lung cancer. But here I am. The good, the bad. bad, the ugly. Oh God, my pierogies are boiling over. Hang on. So my pierogies have come to the top. Now this is a spaghetti pasta pot, and it does have an insert that has holes, but I find that it displaces water in itself, and I don't find you can put as much water in as you can without having it in there. And so I found this greatest gadget on Amazon. I'll link it in the description. It's a spider, and it is amazing. It is probably one of my most used utensils. The water all drains off really well. There's very little left over. And this way I can fill my pot, get it all boiling. I'm not trying to carry a insert over to the sink to let it drain or lift up, whatever. I just find this so much easier. So I will put the second batch. Careful, it splashes. Second batch in and let it come to a boil. There's always that one. There we go. Stir it up quick so it doesn't stick. And I don't think I'm gonna put the lid on this time. It boiled over my stove, which I just cleaned. This may not turn out the best, but whatever. Anyway, my salad's made. I have pierogies in the pan. My sausages are on the barbecue. My sauerkraut is in the fridge. I'm just frying the pierogies right now. I will keep them warm in the oven because I have 2 or 3 batches to fry. Unfortunately, I don't have a decent non-stick pan at the moment because my husband doesn't listen to me when I tell him not to put it in the dishwasher. And I will wash it, but whatever. I don't really like non-stick pans anyway. I actually have a good cast iron. I should try using it. Anyway, sorry for the babble. I just feel like there's so much happening right now for us. Like, we just called a real estate agent. Like I said, this is getting real. And I have nowhere to go. I can't find a place that I want that isn't going to cost us a lot of money in our desires to get out of debt. I see a place and I think, awesome, it's structurally great. I like the way it's laid out, but it needs to be redecorated. It has wafer board, or it has carpet, or it has god-awful colors. And this is my forever home, and I need it to be somewhere that brings me peace. And I thought I found it, but then we lost it. So whatever, you just take the next right step, right? I keep cleaning, I keep organizing. We called the real estate agent. But part of my heart is here. And there'll be no home to come back to. My parents aren't here for us to come visit. So I have mixed emotions. A lot of emotions. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go. I gotta finish supper. I'll try and remember to take a pic when I'm done. It's nothing fancy, but it is our own homemade sauerkraut. Anyway, God bless, guys.